Welcome back to another C# tutorial. In our last video, we created this simple application where the user can click on one of these buttons and one of those three coins will appear. What we're going to do today is change that a little bit, and there will only be one image in the center, and the three buttons will simply swap the image in that particular picture box. So let's give it a try. Here's the new version of our application. We only have one picture box now, and I've named it the more generic name coin picture box rather than 5, 10, or 25. And I've deleted the code behind all three of these buttons, so we're starting nice and fresh. Now, one of the things we're going to need to do in order for this to work is make sure that we have those three images loaded as resources in our application. The easiest way to do that is to come over here to the right where it says image. I'm going to click on those three dots, and our dialog box comes up asking us to load the images. I'm going to select project resource files, we did this in the last video, and click import and pick 5, 10, and 25 cents. I'm choosing all three of them and clicking open. Now I'm not going to actually set one for this image because I want the code to do that. So I'm going to click none in this dialog box, but those other three pictures are still there and available for us. In fact, I'll click OK. If you look over here on the right under resources, you'll see those three images are actually there and available to us. And we'll see how to use those in just a moment. One other thing that I've done to this picture box is to set its visible property to true. We had them all set to false to start with in the last exercise because we wanted to make one of them at a time visible. In this case, we only have one, and we're starting it out with no picture, so we might as well make it visible right to begin with, and then we don't have to mess with that going forward. In terms of code, I'll come over here, double click on 5 cents, and here's our code for the 5 button click. And here's what we do. We want to change the image property of the coin picture box. So we start by saying coin picture box dot image, and we're going to set its value to properties. This is how we get to the resources dot resources dot, and you'll see that the three resources we loaded earlier are now all available to us. So I'm going to double click on 5 cents, and we'll do the same thing. I'm just going to copy, Control C, and paste that down to where 10 button and 25 button are. We'll just have to change which resource we're loading. So I'll click the dot there and go to 10 cents, and I'll do the same thing here. Now, one of the things that I'm doing is when I delete this, I'm going all the way back to the dot and deleting that as well, because when I hit it again, this little pop-up comes up and helps me select, so it's just a little bit easier. So I'm just going back one more space. I'm not just deleting 5 cents or 10 cents. Okay, and then I'm going to pick 25 cents in this case, and believe it or not, our application is finished. Let's take a look. I'll press start. We'll click 5 cents, 10 cents, and 25 cents. And that's all there is to it. So we loaded our three images as resources, and we modified our program so that all it did was change the image property of this picture box. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.